Good afternoon. Happy Sunday from sunny Texas, San Antonio, Texas. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I do live in the San Antonio, Texas area. So if you are located anywhere near the San Antonio, Northeast, I'm in Northeast San Antonio, you are always welcome to swing by my craft studio and come do some crafting with me, attend one of my events. If you'll go to my website, when I get the camera pointed down, you'll be able to see my online website where my calendar of events are. And you're more than welcome to register for one of my on-site events or anything to go. Hey, Darla. It's good to see you. Hi, Stella. So thank you guys for joining me live. I don't have a sense of direction sometimes, so if you're watching me now and you see a live on either side of my head in the corner, then you're watching me Facebook Live. Otherwise, you're probably watching a replay either on my blog or on my YouTube channel. So, and if you are watching me on YouTube, thank you very much for watching me. Hi, Landa. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. So I hope you get some inspiration from today, and I'm really excited to show you what we're going to do today. But I have a lot to cover beforehand, and so I told you who I was, and I am here live every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in order to show you how to, hi Barbara, in order to show you how to use Stampin' Up! Projects for your handmade cards, hi Denise, your home decor projects, your gift projects, whatever they may be. So not only am I here to give you some inspiration on what to do with the things that you buy, but also to show you that you can make more than just cards. You can make a bunch of other different things, and that is what demonstrators are here for. We're here to show you how to use the products and how to be creative with them. So I really do hope you enjoy what I'm going to show you today. And let's see. I do have a prize to give away, and then I've got a few things I want to show you, but I want to make sure I get the camera pointed down so that you can actually read these things. And so, if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up, we're a paper crafting company, and we do cater to all levels of crafters. So whatever your crafting needs are, even if you're a beginner, we got you covered. So we have a huge line of products, and our main focus is color coordination. And I think today when I show you and I get started on this project, you're actually going to see how well Stampin' Up! Colors coordinate with each other, from the cardstock to the designer series paper to inks, blends, ribbons, and so forth and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's flip this around, and let me bring this up a little bit. Sorry about that being crooked. I'm going to try to position it where I can actually see some comments. And hopefully, let's see. Trying to make sure it doesn't move. I don't know. For some reason, it looks like it's moving, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's just my head moving. So up here in the top left-hand corner, I'm going to try to leave it there. I don't have any tape down. But there's my website. And there is this month's host code. And if you see something today that you would really like to purchase, I will tell you that the monthly free kit in the mail, every month I do a different project for the whole month. And when you order online with me, and if you don't want to fool with going to this website and plugging in this host code, you can always scan this QR code, and it'll take you straight to my website and plug in that host code for you. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. But every single month, when you place an order with me that's at least $25 or more, you're going to get a free kit in order to make the projects for that month. And for March, it is using the snail mail suite out of the mini catalog. And so this is what you would get for free. You'd get the kit. And I actually have an extra kit where I can show you how you will get it. So you have your paper pumpkin box and everything that you need to make that. And then your cards. So you're going to have your bases, and then inside your clear envelope, you're going to have all of the pieces. And I can cut everything, die cut everything, and do embossing. But if there's any stamping, that's the only part that I can't do. And that's just because it's Stampin' Up! Rules. Okay, and so there's all your bases and all of your cards. And like I said, everything is already die cut for you. And this actually, you guys, is the easiest monthly kit I've ever done, and that requires very little to no stamping. Because when you look at, let's say this card right here, when you look at this card, there's no stamping on there. Even this little hello is part of the designer series paper. And some of these are die cuts and some of these are manually cut out. But this particular card had absolutely no stamping, and you can complete that. Look how cute that is. So when you get your kit, you're going to have whatever's die cut can be die cut, but like this little fella right here and this present and these mushrooms, you'll have to manually cut them out. So you have a good pair of paper snips. They will become your best friends. But this is the monthly online ordering special for March, is the Snailed It collection out of the January to June mini catalog. So if you're interested in getting that kit for free, you don't have to order those products. You can order whatever you want. It's just that it has to be at least $25 or more. And if it's $50 or more, you're going to get a accessory that coordinates with that. Okay, now let's go ahead and give away. I'm going to do 2 drawings. Every single week, I give away whatever I do. And last week, we did the monthly online ordering special. We did all 4 of those projects. So if you're interested in watching that video, you can just go back to last Sunday's video. And so I'm going to give away, I'm going to do 2 drawings. I'm going to give away a box and a card, and then 2 cards. So let me get my pen so I can write these names down. And if you are interested in getting your name on the wheel in order to win and be eligible for these prizes, all you have to do is like, comment, and share my videos. And when you share, you get 2 entries. And that's how you get on the wheel. So let's go ahead and spin for last week. And let's see who wins. We'll do the box and a card first. It's Shirley Taylor. I'm just writing this down off the side. Box and a card. Congratulations, Shirley. And you know what? I do have your mailing address because you've won recently. And it says share off to the side because one of Shirley Taylor's shares is what helped her win. Let's see. Okay, now let's do it again for the other 2 cards, these 2 cards. Let's just spin that again. It even sounds like a wheel, doesn't it, you guys? Hi, Donna. Thank you for sharing. And it's Susan Pacheco. Susan Pacheco. Congratulations, ladies. And that is literally how simple it is to win these projects. So let me put these off to the side. And then, ladies, I have both of your mailing addresses, so I'll get your prizes out to you in tomorrow's mail. Okay, so let's put that away. And then let me go over some really quick announcements before we get into our project for today. So I I have failed to say anything about this in a really long time because I've been so focused on all of the preparation. But in a couple of days, it's the deadline for my April retreat. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can scan that QR code and it'll take you straight to my website. But I will tell you right now, there is only one open spot for the live. Somebody that had already RSVP'd had to change their registration to go. So she's taking it to go and she's not going to be there. And so that opened up a spot for the retreat. That's April 9th through 11th, which is in a little more than a month, at Mountain Laurel Retreat in New Braunfels, Texas. And if you've never been to the Hill Country, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. We were there last October, and I did not want to leave. But I'll also point out that the to-go option is also still available, and there's a couple of days left for that. And you're going to get the 8 make and takes that the people that attend live will get. You're going to get the 5 pillow gifts. You're going to get a $50 Stampin' Up! Goodie bag. And then all of that is going to be, and that includes shipping, for $114. And then you also have 2 optional, it says Stamp-A-Stack, but it wasn't Stamp-A-Stack that I decided to do. But it's 2 optional classes that you can add for an additional $30. So if you're interested, you can either private message me, or you can contact me by scanning in the QR code, and it'll take you straight to the website where you can contact me, okay? So that is that. I just wanted to point that out. And then we are, as demonstrators, getting ready to prepare for mailing out the new annual catalog. How exciting is that? In about, what are we? In about 3 weeks, I guess, we'll be able to actually get a copy of the new catalog as demonstrators, not the customers, but the demonstrators. And so what I'm doing is, if you are I'm going to say a non-active demonstrator, because I know I do have some active demonstrators that watch me. If you're a non-active demonstrator and you don't already have a demonstrator that you work with, if you want a new annual catalog, and these catalogs are going to be mailed out middle of April, right around middle of April, when you join my email list, and I'll put the link in the video when we're done, but you can also scan that QR code as well, and that'll take you straight to the link where you can put in all your information and join my email list, and then I'll automatically know that I need to mail you a catalog. But you're also going to get a free PDF tutorial from me. And I went in there a couple of days ago and refreshed that tutorial. So it's not just one, it's one tutorial, but it has 4 projects in it. So I went in there and refreshed that tutorial. So when you join my email list, not only are you going to get a free PDF tutorial, but you'll also get a new Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. Just a complimentary copy. So I guess I'll make sure that link I think that link is correct. I was like I was doubting myself just now, but I think it is. So I hope it is, or else I have no idea where that's going to take you. But no, for real. That's what you'll get for joining my email list. So, okay, so let's put that aside. And then I just want to remind you that the Paper Pumpkin deadline, and if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up's Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly paper crafting subscription, and it comes in a box. I don't have one right here next to me that I can grab really quick, but it does come in these cute boxes. Some are collectible boxes, but it has different projects every single month, and it has everything that you need in order to make those particular projects. And you can go month to month, or you can do some prepaid subscriptions. But if you struggle with color coordination, then Paper Pumpkin is the way to go. It's also a very economical way to stamp, and also collect your little ink spots and little exclusive stamp sets to those particular projects each month. I'm looking at the comments. Shirley. Oh, hi. Thanks, Shirley. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's your price for watching and liking and sharing and commenting. But the March deadline is just in a couple of days as well. What are we right now? The 7th. So in about 3 days, the deadline to sign up for next month's kit, which next month kit is called Here's to You. And the kit has enough supplies to create 8 cards and coordinating envelopes. And then it's also going to include 4 free stencils and a stamping sponge, which we don't get very many freebies like that thrown into our kits. So that ought to be interesting. So I'm really curious to see. I know my colors are really bad because my printer just does not print like I want to see it print. And I've tried changing the quality, and I'm just not happy with my colors here. But it's pretty close, but not quite. But if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin, I will tell you that also my Paper Pumpkin subscribers also get every single month a sampling of the colors that coordinate with the kit. You get 4x6 cardstock samples to go with your kit that you can use for additional projects or whatever projects you want to work on. So whatever colors coordinate with each month, it changes every single month. I'll automatically send you the cardstock samples to go with your project or use however you want to use. All right, you guys. I don't know who's watching now that watched me probably about 3 weeks ago, I guess, when I first premiered the Butterfly Bouquet or the Butterfly Brilliance Collection. But I just wasn't finished playing with it. I just really wasn't. And I really wanted to do something again with this collection. So that's today's project. We're finally at today's project. I'm going to be featuring, once again, the Butterfly Brilliance Collection. I know it says Butterfly Bouquet on there, but you're going to see Stampin' Up! Names everything so differently. But the collection, the entire collection, let me put that down here. The entire collection actually has I've got everything right here to the side. It's a 6x6 package of designer series paper that's called Butterfly Bijou. And it's all 6x6, but what's interesting about it is that, let me show you each one of the pages. I know I've showed these before, but if you're new and you're watching, you've not seen these yet. But check out our designer series paper. Look at all these really fresh spring colors. And after the winter we just had, who does not appreciate some spring colors here? And you know what, you guys, spring is coming up in about 3 weeks as well. But here is one side of the designer series paper, and our design, we also call it DSP, by the way. Our DSP is also double-sided, and you'll see the opposite side. And all of those colors, let me see if I can flip it, coordinate with one side or the other. But this piece of designer series paper right here just happens to coordinate with, there is a set of dies. I know this is a hot mess going on right here with with this, but one of the dies that's included in the Brilliant Wings dies coordinates with this designer series paper so that you can die cut out all 6 of those butterflies at the same time. And then you can also use the dies if you want to die cut out these other dies. If you need an extra wing or something, those aren't really full images, so this one doesn't really work. But its main focus is to die cut out all of those dies, those 6 dies, and we're going to be using all 6 of those in today's project. And then there's also, while I have the dies out, I'll just show them. You've got this set of dies. There's actually one more. There's that one too. And I've got some that are already cut out. These are really detailed dies. Let me just show you a few of them there. Look at how detailed those are. And we have 50 colors right now in our product line, and 5 of those are about to be retiring, but they're going to be replaced with 5 new colors. But look at the details of those. That's what these do. And I think I'm missing one here, because I'm supposed to have 6. I'm sure it's just lost somewhere, but I just wanted to show you those. And then we also have, there is a stamp set. Let me do that. There we go. Let me just show you the side of it. There is one stamp set that will stamp all 6 of these butterflies. So if you don't want to use the designer series paper and you want to customize your color of butterflies or stamp them maybe in some memento ink, you can stamp them and then use your blends to color, or if you like watercoloring or use any of the coloring pencils, you can do that, and then also die cut them out at the same time, because this die also coordinates with those as well. I felt that cough coming on. Woo. But that's the Butterfly Brilliance Cling Stamp Set. Let me take a sip of drink here. Okay, so we've got a stamp set, designer series paper, and then we also have, it's called Natural Touch Specialty Paper, and it actually does come in 12 by 12 sheets, and I'm going to see if I can show you here that it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it also has some texture to it, some wood grain texture. Hi Veronica, glad you could join us this afternoon. But I just cut a 6 by 6 sheet out so that you could see a little sampling of it. But this one does come in 12 by 12, and there's 2 sheets that come with it. So not only do you have designer series paper, a cling stamp set, the specialty paper, but you also have the dies, which there's other dies that go with it as well to do just some other little decorations. There's a couple of small butterflies and just looks like some bricks. I did cut those out too. They're in the stamp set. So the entire collection is actually, let me see if I can read this. Let's see. The entire collection is $71.25, but you can get everything separate. And let me tell you that the stamp set and the dies, these 2 products right here, these are actually going to be in the next annual catalog. Now, the papers, your designer series paper and this Natural Touch selection paper, this will not. So if you like the papers that you see today, this would be the time to get it, because these are only going to be available until, I want to say, May 3rd. Let me double check my date here. Yes, it's only until May 3rd, or while supplies last. That's the kicker right there. You don't know when this is not going to become available, and you don't want to be stuck with wanting it and then you can't get it anymore. So this would be the time to get this. This is just a small promo that Stampin' Up! Has. And so the paper, the 6 by 6 paper is $11.50, and the Natural Touch paper, 12 by 12 paper, is $5. So you could easily get a couple of packs of each, and then if your order's at least $25 or more, you'll get that free kit in the mail for March. Okay, or if you order it next month, it'll be whatever next month's special is, because like I said, it changes every single month. All right, so let me get this out of the way. I don't need any of that anymore. All right, are y'all ready to see what we're going to be doing today? Tell me if you're ready. While I clear my throat. That reminds me of, let me take a sip too, of a song. I have no idea what that song's about. I just know I've heard it before. So, all right. Now we're ready. Let's look at this. I know y'all seen our little pizza boxes before. I intended to print out my little supply list, but we're going to be doing a little box, a little pizza box gift, and I'm just showing you all of the sides, and let's look at the inside. Look. This little box could be really anything. I need to move this around a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, I think I can see. My phone is like crooked on here. Okay, hopefully that won't move. Okay, so we're going to do this cute box. And when you're looking at this, on any one of these sides, you can put whatever you want. You can mat a picture on there. If you want to stamp some encouraging words and give this to somebody, you could certainly, there's enough area on here to do our die cuts. Put some die cuts on there and stamp some words of affirmation, some words of encouragement. But we're going to do this today. And I've already done some things. This actually pops out, by the way. And it's connected in there. That way you don't have to worry about it, losing anything. So it's connected on both sides, and then it just folds back down in. And closes into a little bitty box that you can give to somebody. So let's get started on this. I'm going to put this right there, and we're going to get started with, you'll be happy to know that I've done most of it. I've already done most of it, but there's a couple of things I am going to do. And so we're going to get started with our pizza box. We got two sides to this box here, and we're just going to assemble this. And I know it's been a while since I've showed how to assemble one of our pizza boxes, but the good thing is Stampin' Up! Has done all of the scoring for you. So everywhere you see a score line, you want to bend that towards the inside of the box. Did I get it all? Did I get all of them? I think I did. And you want to give it a good firm press down when you go to score those. And that just helps with your box sticking together as good as it needs to. Okay, so when you fold those down, give those a good firm press. Okay, and then in order to assemble it, what you're going to do is you're going to pull this towards the center. Make sure all your tabs are going towards the center, and then this little flap right here, fold that over. And then these little tabs right here are going to catch into the bottoms right here, so they'll stick. I was looking to see if those little tabs had popped out, but if there's little tabs in there, which I think it's on the other side over here, it might help to pull those out. So now you have the bottom of your box, and then your top of your box, you're just going to fold in. And then this folds down in there as well. So now you have a completed little pizza box, right? And then I have these little strips of Misty Moonlight, and I'm using this designer series paper. We're going to work on the outside first. And I decided I'm using a combination of our all-purpose glue, just because the glue will help you have a little wiggle room when it comes to putting these down, as opposed to our seal. I am going to be using the Seal Plus though, because with the Seal Plus, I want to make sure this project does not go anywhere as far as coming apart. So, and because you've got movement in it, you want to make sure all these moving parts stick. So we're just going to go on the outside of our box and press those down. They'll dry. They'll dry. And this is where I was saying I've already done most of it just to show you each part, but when it came to assembling it, I couldn't do these parts. So that will go underneath that little flap there. And I don't think it really matters on the butterflies, because you got butterflies that are upside down and upside up. Okay. I probably should have put some of my scratch paper down, because I'm doomed to get some glue on this surface. Okay, and then we've got the last piece, which just happens to be the front. So let's get some glue on there. You don't want so much glue that when you put it down, that it's just oozing out the side. So, but you still do want to be a little generous with it. That way you know this thing sticks. And when I measured these, I didn't go all the way to the edges, just because I didn't want anything to catch on and it rip off. But you see how I'm able to move that around and kind of get that centered. And that's the glory of using our multi-purpose Tombow glue. Okay, so now we have the edges done. If you see any popping up, you might have to go back and put a little glue, or just press it back down. Okay, and then I've got that. And then we're going to decorate the top. So we're going to put this piece of the natural paper down, and there is nothing fancy about this piece here. It is just a square to fit on top. Okay. And let's see. I'm gonna put that right on the top. Okay. And then I also have these pieces. Now I used our layering squares dies. These are the only dies other than the butterfly dies that I actually used for this particular project. And that's what I did for this piece of Misty Moonlight and for the natural piece of paper here. I wanted it to be a little bit of contrast between the layers. So we're going to layer this one on top. Okay. And then we're going to put some adhesive. This is where I'm using the Seal Plus. The Seal Plus. I don't know why I do that, but if you're really rough and pressing down really hard, it will rip your cardstock. So I guess I should be gentle. I'll try to be gentle here. All right, yeah. Go slowly over that area there. Okay, and then we're gonna mat that in the center of this piece there. And then we're going to put this up with some dimensionals. We're going to put one on each corner, and then we're going to break out our ribbon. And this particular ribbon is actually from a set. This ribbon is from the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. And I pulled this because it's a gingham ribbon, and it's in Just Jade. And that's the color that is this middle color, and that you'll see. It's this color too that's also in the designer series paper. So I wanted to, let me just do a long one, and I know I'm going to end up cutting this. But we are going to put the ribbon back behind here, and we're going to tie a ribbon, tie a bow with the ribbon. So just get that going there. Do your little T. Get your reverse tweezers to help hold that in place. And then we're going to tie a bow. And then when you tie it, as long as it doesn't start, what's the word? As long as your ribbon is not all, what's the word, twisted, you should get a pretty clean bow to work with. And then from here you can just adjust your tails and adjust your size bow however you want it, however big you want it. Just pull your tails until you're happy with your bow. And then I like to grab onto the loops to pull it tight there. You just keep adjusting. So, and then take your paper snips, which with your paper snips, this one has a piece of twine or linen thread attached to it. And that's how I know that I only use this one for ribbon, so they stay sharp, since we don't carry ribbon scissors anymore. So, and now on the back, just take your little adhesive pieces off, and then we're going to center that. Just press those down, and then I've got, looking for my other two die cuts, my white die cuts. Well, they're right here. There's one, and there's the other. I decided to use one of the smaller ones, and so all I did is I die cut two of the smaller detailed butterflies, and then we're going to put a glue dot back behind there so that we can put it on top of, we're going to layer one on top of the other. Now for this one you could do any color, really. You really could. I just chose white because it kind of helps complement the piece of the pizza box that's white that you can see. And then I'm going to add a couple of glue dots on the back. I'm really trying to find different ways to deal with these backwards glue dots, you guys. Oh, they're sticky though. And then we're going to put that in the center of our ribbon. Okay, just press down on it that way, and then you can always fluff up that butterfly. I know you can see the dimension going on there. And then we're going to take our basic rhinestone jewels. You've got three different sizes. You've got these little small ones, you've got like a medium size, and then you have the large ones. And the small ones always, for me, always tend to get a little overlooked. So we're gonna put a small one right there at the top, just to represent the little butterfly head. So there is the outside of the box, and then of course there's the top of the box. Now I will tell you that at this point, if you just wanted to decorate a box, you would be perfectly fine as using this with to put a gift or something on the inside. You could also put some mats down on the bottom and at the top if you wanted to decorate the inside of the box. So if you're looking for just an easy way to decorate the box using the Butterfly Brilliance Collection, here's your box. But I wanted to take it a step further and do the inside, do all of this. So let me show you how to do that. And once again, I already have most of the pieces done. So I'm just going to show you one piece, and then the other ones are pretty much almost finished. So I have a piece of cardstock here, and then I'm also going to bring out the our scoreboard here, which I think it's called our Simply Scoring tool. So if you're going to do a lot of scoring, it has this little stylus down at the bottom, and then it has these little what do they call these? Little picks, yeah. Where you can put these wherever you need to, and I only have 4 of them on here. I think 4 comes with it. I can't remember, but you do have 2 edges on your stylus depending on what you're doing. And I'm just going to use the larger one, and I'm scoring it. And I had a lot to do, so I used this when I did the original project, and then when I did the other pieces that I already have done. So I have 5. I'm using just jade, basic white, so saffron, basic white, and then misty moonlight. And how they get folded is this piece right here. This was scored at 2 inches. This piece goes back, and then this piece comes up front. And same thing with all of your score marks. Just give it some firm pressure, or if you want to use your bone folder, you can also use your bone folder. Okay, and I might have to look at this so that I make sure that I put this thing together, but we're going to put this little train of bases together. Okay, so I have this one. You flip those upside down, and then we're going to put adhesive, which I'm using Seal Plus because I want to make sure that this really does stick, and I'm going to put plenty on there. And this piece is going to get lined up with this one. You only want to go as far as where the bend is. Okay, and then which one's next? So saffron, yeah. Okay, same thing. You want to put, we're just building our little train here and making sure we've got plenty of good adhesive for lots of folding in and folding out, opening, closing. And then we've got the basic white one. Yep. Oh, come on. Talking to my seal adhesive. Okay. We're almost done with putting this together. And then the last piece is this misty moonlight. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but once we start putting some designer series paper on there, you're going to see how all these colors just kind of come together. Just line those up. There we go. I know that shows just a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have this long train, and I will recommend putting this together. As long as you fold it correctly, then you're going to end up with this little accordion thing. Okay, so I would recommend to just to burnish these edges a little bit, just so it's flat, but also to assemble this before you put it in there. because once it's inside, it makes it a little more difficult in order to assemble it when it's open like that. So we're going to assemble it. I want to make sure I'm putting it in there right. Yeah, so that flap is going to go on the bottom because that's the part that's going to get stuck on the inside of the box. Okay, and I think I have these in the order, but I've gone ahead and already matted all of these. I've die cut these and I've matted all these, and I am just going to attach these down with seal. So let's get all these down, and then we'll go back and decorate each one. And this first one and the last one, I made it straight. Yeah, I just want to make sure I've got them in the right order here. And then this one, that one had a basic white matte, and this one is Misty Moonlight. And on this one, I started turning them a little bit. So you want to turn it just a little bit. Yeah. And then the next one is this Magenta Madness. So let's get some seal on that. Same thing, we want to turn it the opposite way, just to break up any monotony there. Let's do it that way. And then this bottom one is a Just Jade matte with this designer series paper. And then turn it a little bit. You do want to make sure that when you're turning it that you're not getting too close to the folds, so that it doesn't interfere with that. Okay, and here's another piece of designer series paper that's using the basic white. Turn that way. And then this one's next, using So Saffron. And all of the cardstock in this little train here is, oh, you know what? I've got the wrong one on there, but I can't go back now. You know, when I was putting this together, I was wondering why I had an extra piece of Just Jade, and that's why it was meant for this one. And I don't know what happened to that piece. Or do I? Well, if I do, it's not cut, so we're going to have to leave this that way. Oops. So this one doesn't have as much contrast as I was intending for it to have. I kept looking at that piece like, why did I cut an extra piece of Just Jade? Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's that one. Okay, now we're on this one. Oof. And now we have Magenta Madness. One with Magenta Madness. That way. And then Misty Moonlight. But I love how on the layering squares dies that you've got this scalloped. That set actually does have some scalloped edges to it, and it also has some squares, some exact squares, and there's lots to choose from, lots. So okay, and then let's do this one's next. Or So Saffron. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, we're almost done decorating our little train here. And then this last one with basic white. which just helps contrast this Misty Moonlight cardstock that it's behind. So other than that one, we got them all decorated. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the front. Don't move. Let's do this. That way I can see that. And we have, remember all those dies I said that you could cut out at one time? I've got all these dies ready. And yeah, all of them except this one, just because I wanted to show you the Wink of Stella again. So we're using Wink of Stella. So not only are all of these die cut out, but let me see if I can show you. If you can see, all of these have this shine to it. Oops. All of them do. I went ahead and pre-applied Wink of Stella on all of these. Look how shiny that is. And I went ahead and put dimensionals on the back just to speed that piece up. But for those of you that haven't seen our Wink of Stella, it is this little pin looking thing, and inside is it's glitter. It is fine glitter, and it has a little brush at the end, and all you have to do is, there's a little piece here that says push. Push it, but don't push it too hard. When you push it, you're going to see at the end of that brush, see if I can hold it at the same time. Just brush your glitter. It's really fine glitter, and there's no mess to it, unless like a few weeks ago when I used it, the other one that I had, I don't know what happened, but it literally, like, my Wink of Stella like threw up all over one of the butterflies I was doing, and it was really shiny. So so I just used the other one so that wouldn't happen. But you can see the glitter through there, and you just press on it and then brush it wherever you want to brush it, and then just make sure you put your cap back on. And then let's get dimensional on the back of that, and then now we're going to start putting them on. So just peel your dimensional back off. And as far as your butterflies, feel free to give them a little fold towards the front so that they have some kind of little dimension to them and they're not so flat in here. And when you put it in here, you also want to make sure that those edges don't interfere with the folds or catch on to the outside of this. Otherwise, it's going to catch on to your box every time you open and closing it. See? And then on this one, we're going to use the little adhesive side of our Take Your Pick tool in order to pick up a large rhinestone. And we're going to put a large rhinestone right where the head should be. All right. Now, the next little section right here, I'm going to use the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. And I've already made, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've already made 2 of them, but I'm going to show you how to make a bow. Well, how I make mine. I make it off of the roll. Oops, don't roll too far. Don't roll too far. That looks horrible. But you can always tighten it and then bring in your tails and then pull it however tall and big you want your little tails to be. And then just use your snips to trim off the edge at an angle. And then we're going to put it down with a glue dot. I'm going to use 2. And on this one, I just have it on the side right here. So if you had a picture that you wanted to mat, definitely mat it first, and then you can put your ribbon on top, or if you're putting a die cut with some kind of a sentiment on it, you could put that down and then put your little bow wherever you want to put it. I just have that here. And then now, same thing. Let me move those out of the way. I've got these two smaller bows using the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. Use a couple of bows. And we're going to put that one kind of off to the side. And then I have this butterfly. Peel that off. We'll stick that one there. And then we're going to use one of the, is that a middle one? Oh, that's a small one. I used a small one. I didn't want one of the large rhinestones to be so big on this little bitty butterfly. And then just fluff up your butterfly. Okay. And then we have another gingham bow. Get some glue dots on the back of that. I want to make sure this really sticks. And then we're going to put that one right there. And then we've got this larger butterfly. Fluff him up. And then give him a large, oops, that one fell out. The end of my take your pick tool came out. We're going to pick one of those up and put that where his little head would be. All right, and then the next one is another one of these, this Just Jade gingham ribbon. Yeah, when I was preparing for this, I'm like, there's a lot that I can do. I'll do one to show you, but there's a lot that can be pre-done just to speed it up a little bit. And then we have another one of the die cut DSP butterflies. I'm going to put him right there and give him a medium size rhinestone. Fluff him or her up. And then the last two, let's do that. What's the next one? Is another one of the gingham ribbons, which I already have one made. Let me get some glue dots on that one. Let's put that one right there. And then the last two butterflies, we're going to put one right here with a, it looks like a large one. Yeah, that looks like a large one. A large rhinestone. And then the one that I used Wink of Stella on here, we'll fluff that one up. Put that one there. Y'all, it's laundry day at the Ragsdale's residence. Chris does his laundry on Sundays. There we go. You can fluff those up. All right. What do y'all think so far? Hi, Oma. Hi, Nancy. I hadn't been looking at the comments for a long time. So if you've joined me, thank you for joining me. And I hope you like what you see so far. But so far, okay, now we have our train. Our little train that has been all decorated, and just so you can see what the back looks like, it just shows where all those pieces came together that with the seal adhesive. So now we're going to put this whole thing in our pizza box, okay? And I actually, when I do mine, here's the completed box from the beginning. Ooh, ah. We're going to start with the bottom piece, all right? So we know that that piece is going to go flat on the bottom, so I'm going to put adhesive on the back. Now, you certainly have your choice of adhesive. You can use Seal Plus, you can use our adhesive glue. This is kind of weird for me because I want to turn it, but it's so long I can't just turn it. You could also use our tear and tape. And I'm going to put 2 extra strips because I really want this to stick down. This is the base that holds this together. This one and the top piece. Okay, so let me bring this piece back. And then we're going to put this down directly on the bottom. And then just press down. Okay, so now you've got this piece that's literally stuck to your pizza box. Okay, and then just fold it in. Start to slowly fold it in. And then you're almost to the edge. And now this piece right here. So this is optional, but I will tell you that's how I put it in my box as well. But if you can see on the back side, that piece that's flapped over, that piece is actually stuck to the top of the box, and that holds this whole thing between this piece and this bottom piece back here. It holds this whole thing together, and then you can kind of see that you've got all these pieces in the middle that are kind of like a little book. So this piece is stuck to the inside bottom of the pizza box, and this piece here is not stuck, but it falls flat up against the top part of the pizza box. Okay, so that means that we're going to put adhesive on this side right here. Now, if you didn't want to do that, if you wanted it to leave it like that, then don't put adhesive. You could certainly decorate this piece. Just keep in mind that if somebody opens it, this is going to be popped up unless you really, really burnish that edge, and it's going to end up like that, kind of loose. But you could certainly just decorate that, and then they could pull it out and either read things or look at the pictures. You also, just so you know, you also have the option of decorating the other side as well if you don't want to attach this to your top of your pizza box. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do with this particular one, I'm not going to put adhesive on here, but I will put some of our, my train of thought just lost, because I said it a while ago. Hold on. Our tear and tape. I'm going to put some strips of tear and tape on this piece here, and I'm going to leave it up to whoever wins this, because remember, when you like and comment and you share my video, that's what gets you entered into the drawing. I should probably clean that up a little bit. Let me get my different scissors here. Let me snip that off a little bit so it's got a clean break to it. It literally is tear and tape, and I literally tore it like it said, but I need a cleaner edge than that. So let me cut these. Maybe that'll be better. Cut that. I'm going to put these on there, and then whoever wins, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to decorate the other side of the box. I'm sorry, the other side of this little train here. I only did one side. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Now, in order to take this off, all you have to do is just peel off I'm not going to do it, but you just peel off the side right here, and it exposes the other side of the sticky tape. And then if you decide you want to put it down, all you have to do is line it up to the top of your box. Once all this adhesive side has been taken off, all that's going to be sticky, then you just attach it to the top part of the box, the pizza box, the inside. Well, I guess I couldn't have. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, if somebody does decide to decorate the other side, that's there. But you know what? You could also just take it off. I wasn't thinking about that. And I just put sticky tape on there, so oops. But you could do it either way. You really could. If you decide to decorate the other side of the box, then just cut that piece off. But if you don't want to decorate the other side, then leave that on, take those strips off, and then attach it to the inside of your pizza box. And then you'll have the same thing that I have over here, where it's stuck. And then you can just do that little number. And it's all one piece. All of that is one piece. So what do you guys think? Let me close it up. And then once everything is done, you can close it up. And then you have your little box. Let me do this one too, even though that one's not. I'll do it this way. This will be the box. This is the one we just made. Oops. It wants to pop out. Let's do this. Woo. There we go. It's got some dimension to it, so it wants to pop, but you could also do a belly band. If you were worried about it popping open all of the time, you could also do a belly band on this box instead. So let's see. Let me look at the comments a little bit. Veronica loves it. Shirley, too cute. Thank you guys. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed the project today. And don't forget, if you see anything that you like, and if you want to order anything from the Butterfly Brilliance Collection, there's my website. You can scan the QR code and place your orders, and $25 or more will get you the free March kit in the mail, and $50 or more will get you a free accessory that coordinates with the kit as well. So, but if you're interested in any of the Butterfly Brilliance products that I showed you earlier, and you want the tutorial to go with this, with all of the measurements, once you order, I'll get a notification that you ordered, and I will email you the PDF tutorial for free. So there you have it. I hope you guys liked today's project. I know it was probably a little bit longer than my normal, but thank you for watching. And if you want to join me Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on live for 12 by 12 layouts. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. All right, you have a great day. Bye-bye.